worked in North Tulsa for 10 years with Tulsa Public Schools. And my students were all Black, African American. And I would...
Wait a minute. They were Black African Americans? They were Black African American Negroes? Were they Black African American Negroes of tightly woven hair and indigo colored skin? You know, lady, you're a clown. And you call yourself a Catholic. Well, Catholics are one notch just below communists. And if you don't believe me, look at a history. I don't make stuff up. Okay? And this is what Catholicism has produced in modernity. Communists. I won't say who said it, but he said every time a Catholic takes an excrement, out comes a communist. And I'll tell you something, people. Check out what I'm saying. Wherever the Catholic Church goes, that nation becomes impoverished and diminished to third world status. Every single nation. Wherever Protestantism goes, the standard of living explodes. And people do better and better. And so when you listen to Ms. Buck here, super Catholic, Catwoman, with these stupid glasses on, look at this mutt, and she's going to tell you how black kids were handled, why didn't you call the police? Because if I was the teacher and somebody mishandled a black student of mine just because they were black, I'd knock the crap out of them. Oh, but you're just a little skinny, smarmy female, and I know you have like arthritis in your finger, and pushing that cell phone 911 would just be excruciating. So you go to the Trump rally looking for trouble, and you found it, and you're lucky it was the police that took you away. Because in a better time, somebody would have split your stupid skull, which is what you deserve. You want to be a communist, little Miss Catholicism? Go to Guatemala. Go to Colombia. Say hello to my little friend. No, you won't go there. No, you're going to try to bring your perverted, altar boy bending ethos to destroy America. My mother was a Catholic. I'm not a Protestant by birth. But you know what happened to me, Catwoman? I started reading history in the Bible. And holy smokes, did I get an education about Catholicism. And any of you people out there that are Catholics that don't understand what I'm talking about, I'm praying for you to get out of that cult. The pointy-headed cult. I'm half Sicilian. So I know from what I speak, they subsidize alcoholism and sin and mafiosi behavior wherever they rule. And they inculcate a sense of communism. Because you know what the Catholic Church learned? They get rich. And all they want are asses in their seats. And if they cared about injustice, they'd done something about it. But they don't. And anybody who doubts what I'm saying, read about the history of the potato famine. The Catholic Pope sent mercenaries, ex-Garibaldi guards, and Fenians from Ireland to fight on behalf of Mexico and Santa Anna because they wanted to infiltrate the Texas government and state with Catholics. And something happened because God don't miss nothing. Those Irishmen brought back a fungus. It became the potato blight. Yeah, that fungus was spawned in the jungles of Mexico. But they don't tell you that. Okay? Comes under the premise of sow the wind and reap the whirlwind. But you blame the English since 1847. Right? Like this mutt. Fault lies not in your stars, but in yourself, said Shakespeare. But you know what the Catholic Church teaches? Well, do 53 Hail Marys and 7 Our Fathers. Right? And turn the altar boys back to their original upright positions. You know what Jesus said? You'll know my true church by thy people's works. So anybody who's a conservative and you're a Catholic, you better rethink your program because your soul is more important than even your nation. And I'm not here to proselytize for some church, but I know evil when I see it. The history of Islam was propagated by the Catholic Church. The wars that the popes created. Go read about the schism between Orthodoxy and Catholicism. Universality? Really? They're full of crap. They fill up their churches with the rabble of the world, not to better their lives and save their souls. That's why they took words that Jesus used. In Greek, he said, repentos, stop and go back away from where you're going. Sin no more. But the Catholics, well, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to make you do penance. At 53, I'll marry 7 Our Fathers and put us some money in the plate, and we'll talk about it next week. Read the history of Boys Town. Father Flanagan. Flagging you down in the name of the Father. Yeah, they don't want to tell you that. Patrick, from the Roman word patrician, citizen of evil Rome. Yeah, so all you Patricks and Patricias out there, know where your name came from. You think Miss Buck knows any of this? This moronic mutt who's an entitled teacher union school teacher, where she gets to teach communism and tell little black children how evil Whitey is. Right? Go see what she gave up. Go see how much money she puts in the hands of these poor black kids that she laments and mourns about. You're full of crap, lady. You're full of crap. You're the perfect little actor hypocrite.
See the injustice. I would see the poverty. I saw what my children suffered and how they didn't have a chance. They really didn't. I would take these students on field trips to the zoos. When other children were allowed in, white children, they assumed I was teaching the white children and were going to let me in with the white children.
Maybe because your blood type is mayonnaise.
I would also see them handle. My children were just having fun and playing with toys, and they would literally lay their hands on my students.
What'd you do about it? Why'd you call police?
How wrong it was.
Yes. It was so terrible.
My white privilege has allowed me to. I'd be shocked if I had done this as a black person.
Yes.
When I saw George Floyd.
Oh, God, poor George Floyd.
I could only watch it one time.
Yes, I know.
I sobbed, and at that point I knew my life was changed.
Yes, and I wonder how many times you would have sobbed if you saw poor George Floyd with a .38 to a pregnant woman's belly while his minions robbed her home. You ever been violated like that, Miss Whitebread? I'll bet you haven't. But if you need to feel it, I'll come visit you. If that's what you need so you could better understand and empathize, hey, I'll share education with you, Whitebread. You're full of crap. You're every white teacher in the public school system. You sing about BLM and you steal it all. Go look at what black people have gained since civil rights. You stole most of it. You know, with that glass ceiling. Yeah, well, I'm a white guy and I have a sister and a mother. There's no glass ceiling in my house. You either hacked it or packed it, whether you were a boy or a girl. My mother was tougher than my old man, and he was pretty tough. So listen, little Miss Privilege. If you feel that way, where's your sackcloth and ashes? Give up your job to some aspiring young black school teacher. Oh, you won't do that. No, because you need to be there to protect them. But when your children were handled at the zoo, did you call the police? I would have, but me and my bad back and all. These are the problem people in our society. These troublemaking communists. That's her agenda, communism. She doesn't give a fart or a farthing about black people. And none of them ever did. And the black folks in America are starting to wake up. They sing this lamentful tune like the Iliad of the ancient bards from the ancient days gone. But it's all made up. It's all nonsense. And again, if any of these people like Andrew Cuomo, if you really believe it, why do you have your job? Give up what you say you're too privileged to really have. But they won't.